All right, this is case number 23-48283. This is City Property Management Group versus Destiny Dalham and other occupants of property at 15806 7 Mile, East 7 Mile. The court is also calling the suffix 8287 City Property Management Group versus Mary Moses, Mary Yuki and Moses Williams and other occupants of property at 14771 Manning. Court calls case number 23-48294. This is Argo Property Management LLC versus Grandy and other occupants of Grandy and other occupants of property at 14946 Rossini in the city of Detroit. The court is calling at this time. Strike that. Counsel, your appearance for respective plaintiffs in this matter, please. All right, do I have Mr. Galak or someone in his stead?
Good morning, Honor. Mark Horry, P82210 on behalf of plaintiff for these matters.
All right, thank you, counsel. And looking at each of these matters, it appears that they are before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. They also are before the court, it looks like, on a first hearing date. All right, do I have any plaintiff, defendant counsels that may be representing individuals in the matters that I've called at this time? If you are on this Zoom, please say something at this time. All right, do I have Miss, I believe it's Drawham? If you're on this Zoom, say something at this time. Drawham on the East 7 Mile Road. Anybody at that location? All right, it does appear the defendant has not appeared. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Georgia Edwards.
Georgia Edwards. And where do you live, ma'am? Ma'am, where do you live?
Oh, 19400 Hickory.
Well, I didn't call for that case. All right, do I have someone living at 15806 7 Mile Road, East 7 Mile? All right. Next, the court is checking as it relates to the property on Manning. I believe it's Mary Unique and Moses Williams.
Yes, Unique Williams. I'm right here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Williams. I do see you there. Good morning to you, ma'am. Just one moment, Ms. Williams. Have you had an opportunity? Just one moment, ma'am. Trying to get this out of the way. All right. Ms. Williams, have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer in regard to the matter that you have before the court, ma'am?
No, but I need one.
All right. And I'm going to set it up so that you can talk to someone that will go over what your rights are and also explain to you opportunities that might be available to get this matter resolved, ma'am. All right. So what's going to happen? This is the first hearing on this case, so I'm going to set it over for the next hearing date, but I'm going to give you someone that you can talk to today and discuss this matter. They'll have you all set and ready to go for the next hearing. You understand?
Okay. Can I get the next date?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about that. Of course, I wouldn't give you the next date without giving you the date.
Okay.
Make it more interesting start of the morning for me. All right, man. I'm gonna give you the date, and then I'm gonna set you up to talk with a lawyer. You got it?
Okay, got it.
All right. So the next date in this matter is going to be January the 26th, and that's going to be at 9:00 a.m. January 26th, 9:00 a.m. That's when you'll come back into the Zoom at the same number that you already have, ma'am. Right now, I'm going to put you in a breakout room to talk with a lawyer today. And when you see the notification that's going to come up on your device, just click on that notification and somebody will meet you in the breakout room.
Okay, can I get the time? Can I get the time again, please?
Yes, ma'am, 9:00 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Just hold tight there. Who's available to talk with Ms. Williams at this time?
Judge Lockhart at UCHC.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Attorney Lockhart, I'm going to put him in breakout room number 1, and Ms. Williams, you're going to be placed in that room as well, so that you have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lockhart. All right, so you
Okay.
have your date to come back, and after you leave the breakout room, got it.
Is not the governing body here.
All right, you should be all set to go. I'm also, Mr. Galick, I'm setting that same date and time for the previous matter that I called in relationship to the property on East 7 Mile. That's the suffix 8238. So it's going to be set over for the same date and time.
Thank you, Your Honor. And is that true for the final case, the 14946 Rossini?
Coming to that. I'm coming to that in just a moment, sir.
right,
That's
thank
likely going to happen, but let me find out who's here on that matter. Just one moment, sir. Do I have all right, do I have Miss, I believe I checked on that. Do I have Miss Drawham? Well, that's the one that's being settled. Let me see. And we just dealt with Mr. Moses. So do I have Brandy? Do I have Grandy? Do I have Brian Grandy on Rossini Street?
Yes,
All right,
I'm here. And it's
thank you, Mr.
Bryant. The name is pronounced Bryant Gandy.
All right, Mr. Gandy, got it, sir. I see you there. And good morning to you, sir. Have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer regarding the matter that you have before the court, sir?
No, I have not.
All right. So I think it would be wise to do so they may discuss with you what your rights are in this matter, as well as the opportunities that may exist to try and get this matter resolved. So I am going to give you an opportunity to talk with someone today. As you might imagine, I'm adjourning the matter because this is the first hearing, so it will be set over for the next date. That is the 26th of January. You'll zoom back in at the same location. That date is going to be at 9:00 a.m. You understand, sir?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Gandy, I'm going to set you up with someone that you can speak with now regarding this matter. They'll give you some legal advice and get your case in motion for the next hearing. You understand, sir?
Yes.
All right. Who's available to talk to Mr. Gandy at this time, please?
Hi, Your Honor. This is Anthony Sartorio from Michigan Legal Services.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sartorio. And Mr. Gandy, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 2 with Attorney Sartorio. I think he can go over what your rights are in this matter and the opportunities that you may have. You understand, sir?
Yes. Your Honor, would you please put Molly Quillen in the breakout room as well with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. Thank you. Good morning to you, Ms. Quillen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
One moment. Just one moment. I have a little bit of problem with breakout room, but I'll get it all set up in just a moment. Mr. Lockhart, that was because there was a problem with the breakout rooms. I'm going to put you right back in there in just a moment. Just one moment, sir.
Ms. Williams, you heard that. We're going to go back into breakout.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. All right. And Mr. Santoro, thank you for your patience with doing the same thing. We're getting you all set up now. And Ms. Quinlan and also the gentleman. Thank you for your patience here.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all for me today. Have a nice day.
All right. Good day to you, sir. Thank you.
I have a question. This is Brian Gandy again.
Yes, Mr. Gandy.
Will it automatically send me to the breakout room?
No,
or?
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to click a button now, and it should come up. Just let me know when it comes up. So I'm clicking that button about right now. Straight?
Okay. Yeah, it's popped up.
All right, sir.
Okay.
All right, this is case number 234829. This is Alicia Woods versus Kelly Davis. The matter is before the court on the filing of a complaint for non-payment of rent regarding property at 3303 Tyler in the city of Detroit. Do I have Ms. Woods on this Zoom?
Yes,
All right, thank you, Ms. Woods. You own the property on Tyler Street, is that correct, ma'am?
yes,
All right, just one moment, ma'am. All right, do I have Ms. Kelly Davis living on Tyler on this Zoom, please?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Davis, and good morning to you as well. All right, the matter is before the court in regard to the filing of a complaint for non-payment of rent. This is the first hearing on this matter. Ms. Davis, have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer regarding the matter that you have before the court and regarding any rights that you may have and opportunities to resolve this matter? Have you spoken with anyone, ma'am?
No, I haven't.
All right, Ms. Davis, you do have the right to the assistance of an attorney in regard to this matter. And so I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk with someone that may be able to assist you in this regard, given that this is in fact the first hearing of Ms. Davis and Ms. Woods. The court, by court rule at this point, will set it over for the second hearing. I will give a hearing date of the 26th of January, and that will be at 9:15 a.m. January 26th, January 26th at 9:15 a.m. That's the next date that you'll come back into the Zoom. And at this time, Ms. Davis, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk with someone that may be able to assist you in regard to this matter. You understand, ma'am?
Your Honor, may I interrupt for 1 second? This is Attorney Frederick Coleman. I am representing Ms. Woods. I'll be setting an appearance in later this morning.
Okay, all right. So your appearance, P number, if you will, for just for the record, sir.
P number 56548.
All right. So the record should note the appearance of Attorney Fred Coleman in regard to this matter, and then Ms. Woods, of course, is present on the Zoom as well. So I am setting it over for that next action day, Council 1/26/21 at 9:15 a.m. And I'm sending Ms. Davis to talk with someone in the breakout room today so that we don't lose any time on this matter. And that would conclude the hearing on this. And Ms. Davis, you're standing by for someone that I'm going to set you up with to talk in just a moment. Who's available? Anyone at this time to talk with Mr. Davis? Ms. Davis, let me know at this time.
Hi, Your Honor. This is Anthony Sartorio again. We only have 2 attorneys in the courtroom today. So if you can give us, and there's a number of things on the docket that we're trying to watch for. So if you can give us a couple of minutes when Mr. Lockhart comes back, we should be able to put Mr. Lockhart in to speak with Ms. Davis.
All right, and Ms. Davis, did you? Mr. Coleman?
Anthony, whoever decides to take Mr. Davis' case, tell him to shoot me an email or a phone call so I can know how to proceed forward.
Okay, Mr. Coleman.
All right, thank you.
All right, and thank you, Ms. Woods. Ms. Davis, just stand by for a moment. We're waiting for an attorney to become available, so don't go anywhere. You got your date though, but just stand by and I'll get right back to you when I have someone that you can talk to. You understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, all right.
Your Honor, always a pleasure. Your staff have a wonderful day till tomorrow.
Likewise, sir, and good day to you.
Thank you.
The court calls at this time case number 23-41393. This is Grandview Acquisitions versus D'Angela Bothwell and other occupants of property located at 100-34 Graydon Street in the city of Detroit. And your appearance at this time for the plaintiff.
Morning, Your Honor. Connor Clardy standing in for Stephen Chaco.
Your number, sir.
P84485.
All right. Thank you, sir. And for the defendant, your appearance at this time, Madam Counsel.
Your Honor, I just wanted to come in for Ms. Dahlstrom. This is Anthony Sartorio from Michigan Legal Services. Ms. Dahlstrom submitted a conditional dismissal on this matter.
Yeah, I do see that, and I believe that counsel for plaintiff was getting ready to reference that as well. Counsel, you're in agreement with the document that has been submitted at this time. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Do I have D'Angela Bothwell on this Zoom at this time? Say something if you're there. All right, it looks like various persons have signed off on the consent order, proposed consent order of dismissal together with various terms of the conditional dismissal. I will sign the orders at this time based upon the agreement that the parties have reached, and that will constitute the end of this matter on a conditional basis. It's so ordered at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
This Kelly Davis. Someone will be getting.
Your case yet? Did I get your case, Ms. Davis?
Yes.
All right,
Your Honor, this was the case that we were waiting for Mr. Lockhart to be able to speak with her.
Got it. Ms. Davis, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes.
Ms. Davis, what were you telling me, ma'am?
I was waiting for someone to speak with me.
I told you that I'll let you know as soon as I have someone available, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I see you kind of got, after 2 minutes, you have a problem. You be worried about it, though. Just hold tight, ma'am. I haven't forgotten you there. I got your file sitting on.
Okay. Thank you.
As soon as I get a notification, I'm going to let you know so I can send you to talk to someone.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
All right, this is case number 23-47140. This is Sweet Living Incorporated versus Helping Hands LLC. The court also calls the suffix 7183. That's Milford Incorporated versus Chantel Brown and other occupants of property at 20026 Gold Barn. The court calls the suffix 7186. That is Sweet Living Incorporated versus Tiffany Lanier regarding property at 12891 Lasser number 4. The court calls the suffix 8298. That is Go-To Guy Property Management LLC versus Shantia Frazier and Jabin Frazier and all other occupants of property at 20,000 Pearson Street. Counsel, your appearance for the record at this time for the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joe Horka, P75969, representing plaintiffs.
Thank you, Counsel. Counsel, with regard to the suffix 7186, I do have a proposed order of dismissal regarding that agreement, and I understand that Ms. Dahlstrom, who is not in the Zoom at this time, has signed off on it together with her client, and that your client is in agreement with the same. Is that correct, Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do I have Tiffany Lanier on this Zoom? If you're on the Zoom, Ms. Lanier, say something at this time. Anybody at the property of Lasser? All right. So, Counsel, I will sign off on the order now, based upon the consent reached by the parties, and that will mean that the matter is dismissed conditionally, again, based upon the terms and agreements that is set forth in the written documents. So,
thank you, Your Honor.
Just one moment, sir. Regarding the suffix 7140, there was an order setting aside a default judgment in this matter back on October 28, 2020. Matter was set on for hearing on the 25th of November. The court was closed at that time, and that's how we get to today's date. Do I have helping hands on the Zoom? Excuse me. Do I have helping? I'm sorry, who was that? Madam Court Reporter? All right. Do I have helping hands or Davino Williams on this Zoom?
Yes, I'm Mariah McReynolds. I'm representing Davino Williams.
You are, what's your name?
Mariah McReynolds.
All right, and are you an attorney?
No, I'm actually he's not. He won't be able to be here today, and I'm his kid's mother or whatever, and he asked me to be here because he won't be able to be here right now. So I'm just here to, talk for him or whatever, and get information about what's.
Well, you can't do that unless you are an attorney. So let's see what's going on, Mr. Cox.
Judge, as you indicated, this is against I believe it's an LLC, Helping Hands, as well as Davino Williams personally. So without him appearing or an attorney appearing on behalf of the LLC, I would request a default judgment.
All right. Is this a residential property, Mr. Horka?
No, Your Honor, it's a commercial property.
All right, ma'am. He would have to be represented by.
Yeah, he asked me to.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Ms. McReynolds? I'm sorry, ma'am.
I'm sorry. He was asking me to something about pushing it back again. If they could do that for him, that's what I was on here to ask about, pushing the date back again.
Well, I mean, he'd have to be here, or he'd have to have a lawyer to speak on his behalf to make that happen, and he's not here. Why isn't he here? Do you have any idea?
It's a lot. It's a situation going on where he's not able. That's why he asked me to see if they can push it back for him, and he will be able to be at the next court date.
Wow. Why is he not able to be here today? Are you able to disclose?
He's out of. Yeah, he's not even in town right now.
I'm sorry. He's what?
I said he's not even in town right now, so that's why he asked to push it back, and he was going to be able to make the next court date.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Given that the defendant has not appeared regarding this matter, and he's not appeared through a proper representative regarding this matter, and has not submitted anything in writing regarding any request for adjournment or anything along those lines, the court will enter the default of the defendant in this matter and will enter judgment upon presentment. The matter is in default now. He would have to file something to have that set aside if he wants to deal with this case, right?
He has to file something and send it over to be able to do that.
It's been in default before. If he wants to set the default aside again, he will have to file a motion to set it aside and the court will review it if you file something, all right? All right, I wish you well, ma'am. Good day to you. That's the end of that case at this time. All right.
Judge, that was 7140 helping hand.
Say that again.
That's 7140. 7140.
Okay, thanks, Judge. I got it. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. In regard to 7183, do I have Chantel Brown on the Zoom?
Yes.
All right. And thank you, Ms. Brown. I do see where you are there. You live at the property on Goulburn, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. It looks like this is the first hearing date on this matter. Did you get a chance to talk with a lawyer, anyone that might be able to give you some legal advice and information regarding how you may be able to resolve this case, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services. I am representing Ms. Brown.
All right, thank you. Ms. Petroni, can you bring me up to date on the status of this matter at this time?
Yes, at this time, I have been in communication with plaintiff attorney Joe Horka regarding this matter. Ms. Brown has been without heat for a period of time. I have shared a copy of the B-Seed order with Mr. Horka. Mr. Horka and I and Ms. Brown discussed this morning a brief adjournment in order to complete the emergency repairs.
All right, and how brief on the adjournment? When would you like to come back?
This morning, Mr. Horka suggested 2 weeks, I believe, and I'm seeing if he's still on the line right now.
Yes, I do see. Yes, all right, so yeah, that would put us at the 26th. So that's a workable date for me, at least for a little while this morning. So I will go ahead and set it over for 9:30 on the 26th of January. Yeah, 9:30 a.m. And that is on a Tuesday, Madam Counsel. Does that work for you?
Yes.
All right, very well. And do I have, is Ms. Brown, yes, Ms. Brown, you understand what's going on here, ma'am?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So I'll see you on the 26th, and there should be some action between now and then, right? Good day to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Counsel. All right, regarding the suffix 8298, that involves Shantia Frazier and Javen Frazier and other occupants of property on Pearson Street. If you're on the Zoom, if there's counsel on this matter, please indicate your appearance.
Yes, sir. Shatina Frazier here. Latoya Marnan.
Ms. Frazier, I do see you there, and I see Latoya Martin there. Ms. Martin, what's your relationship to this matter, ma'am?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is for 19234 binder. I was just checking in.
And no, just sit tight. You know when I called you. Interfering with my case. All right.
Forgive me.
All right, let's deal with Ms. Frazier. Ms. Frazier, are you represented by counsel? Have you spoken with anybody that might be able to assist you with resolving this matter?
I have not yet.
So let me get you to someone that will be able to give you some advice regarding what your rights are in this matter, and also give you some information on how you might be able to resolve the case. So this is the first hearing date regarding this matter. I am going to set it over for the 26th of January at 9:30 a.m. It's 1/26/21 at 9:30 a.m. That's when you'll be coming back into the Zoom. But you're going to stay where you are now because I'm going to connect you to a lawyer momentarily that you'll be able to talk to and go over what your rights are. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So just hold tight for a moment, Ms. Frazier.
Thank you.
Judge, and just so Ms. Frazier or any prospective counsels are aware, I believe my client tried to submit an EDP app to the UCHC before the end of the year. So we're certainly interested in still proceeding forward if they are.
All right, very well. And we'll make sure that counsel is aware of that. So just hold tight, Ms. Frazier, and we're finding someone momentarily. Mr.
Okay.
Santoro, do we have someone that can talk to Ms. Kelly, Ms. Davis at this time? Mr. Lockhart. Ms. Davis, I'm going to send you now. Ms. Davis, you still there?
Yes.
And we're still dealing with the suffix 8290. It's been given a return date of January 26, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. I'm going to send you now to breakout room number 1, where you'll be talking
Okay.
to Mr. Lockhart. Mr. Lockhart is returning there, and Ms. Davis, I'm sending you there to speak with him now.
Judge, could you also excuse Miss Williams, Unique Williams? I think she came back from breakout.
Yes, and Ms. Williams, you are free to go, ma'am. You have your date to return. So I wish you well and see you at the next action date. And Mr. Lockhart, are you able to go back, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. And that's with Miss Davis?
Kelly Davis, that's correct, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And Ms. Frazier, I know that you're there. We're waiting, and we'll get you to a lawyer as soon as we can.
Your Honor, you could, if you'd like, you can put Molly and myself in with Ms. Frazier.
All right, Ms. Frazier, I'm sending you now to breakout room number 2, and you're going to speak with Attorney Centurial and with Molly O'Quinn. So when you see the click, ma'am, just go there to that breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
Molly, you caught that plaintiff's attorney was interested in EDP on Frazier.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and you should be all good to go. Ms. Quinlan, you know how to get back, ma'am?
I believe so. Yes, thank you.
All right, all right. Mr. Lockhart, are you gone?
Negative, Your Honor. I don't have a breakout room invite.
You should. You're still in 1. You don't. You
Oh,
can't get
I
back.
got it. Thank you, Judge. Pardon me.
All right, sir. All right, this is case number 23-47485. This is NFH Realty LLC versus Tasha Jameson and other occupants of property at 18293 Roselawn. The court also calls the suffix 3368. That is First York LLC versus Latasha Duncan and other occupants of property located at 18635 Dale Street. The court strike that. All right, your appearance on behalf of plaintiff in both matters, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you, Mr. Levasseur. And counsel, with regard to the suffix 3368, your appearance at this time? I believe that Mr. Featherson was on that matter.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was getting ready to email you the stipulated dismissal.
All right, so you talking on this case or some other case?
This case, Your Honor.
All right.
We're entering a stipulated dismissal.
Mr. Levasseur?
That is correct, Your Honor. Mr. Featherson and I have been reviewing proposed language this morning, and we just agreed to the language which you're about to receive.
All right, very well. The court will enter the order upon its presentment, given that it is stipulated to by the respective counsels in this matter. All right. Do I have Ms. Duncan on the Zoom? Ms. Duncan?
Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart reached out to me with regard to that, and he is currently in a break room.
All right, thank you. Well, which one are you? I'm still in the same case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I've moved on to the other one. I'm sorry. My apologies.
To see whether Ms. Duncan was on the Zoom, but it doesn't appear that she is. I'll sign the agreement on 3368 upon its presented to the court, and I know it's being emailed, so we're waiting now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Regarding 7458, that 85, that's regarding Tasha Jameson And I see, Ms. Jameson, you are on the Zoom. Counsel, you had some information that Mr. Lockhart is on the other side of this. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Lockhart reached out to me with regard to this matter, and he is currently in a breakout room.
All right. So can you update me regarding, is this EDP protocol? What's going on with this case?
Mr. Lockhart has requested that we adjourn it so that we may participate in a second round of EDP.
All right. And that makes sense to you as a possibility in this matter, sir?
It does. I did want to discuss within the possibility of his client making some payment in the interim, as the EDP program would require it anyway. But we have not had that discussion yet.
All right, and that would be something that would not be something that the court would have to engage upon. That would be a negotiative issue between the two of you. What you think, right? Mr. Levasseur, is that about right? The two of you would be talking about that.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Jameson, you understand what's going on here, ma'am?
Yes, to my understanding, there will be adjournment.
Yeah, and the purpose of the adjournment would be so that there might be another effort at the EDP funds that might be available to help resolve this matter, and you'll be working along with Mr. Lockhart to get towards that conclusion. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, and the attorney for the plaintiff is going to be discussing with Mr. Lockhart, and he'll be discussing with you a payment in the interim that perhaps you could make some payment leading up to that time. That's going to be something that Mr. Lockhart is going to talk with you about and with the other side, and some decisions will be made between the parties in that matter. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So you're going to stick around because Mr. Lockhart is going to want to speak with you, but I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this matter over till the 2nd of February. That's to give time for the EDP funds to be worked up regarding a possible resolution in this case. You understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. So February 2, 21 at 9 o'clock a.m. February the 2nd. No, that's, I'm sorry, that should be February the 1st. February the 1st. 2/1, 21 at 9 o'clock a.m. Right?
Okay.
And so stick around on Ms. Jameson because Mr. Levasseur is going to speak with your lawyer, and Mr. Lockhart may need to speak with you as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, this is case number 20348302. This is Creekside Homes versus Deborah Cooper and other occupants of property at 567 Kitchener. The court also calls the suffix 8306. That's Creekside Homes versus Deshane Lathan and other occupants of property at 942 Tennessee Street. The matters are before the court on the filing of respective complaints for non-payment of rent. The matters are before the court on the first hearings where the court was closed on the 26th of November when the matters were originally set. Your appearance at this time for the plaintiff.
Your Honor, Kevin Callahan, P78273, filling in for the attorney of record, Bryant Bouchard.
All right, thank you, counsel. And do I have on this Zoom Deborah Cooper? If you're on the Zoom, Ms. Cooper, say something at this time. Anybody living at the address at 567 Kitchener? If you're on this Zoom, please say something. Regarding the suffix 8306, do I have Deshane Lathan on the Zoom or anyone at the Tennessee address 942? Say something if you're on the Zoom. All right, these matters are set on for the early hour of 9 a.m. or 9:20, and defendants have not appeared. It is the first hearing, however. I will grant an adjournment with respect to both matters because of the nature of the first hearing, and I'll set the matters over for the 26th of January and we'll set them at 9:30 a.m. Both matters be set on for that time. Defendants do not appear at that time. The court will entertain a motion for entry of default judgment at that time.
Thank you, Judge. I have 310 as well. That's Norton Homes versus Harris. Set at 9:40. If we can just adjourn that to the 26th as well.
Let me see if I can find that first. You said the last digit, 310, you said?
310, Judge, yes.
All right, just one moment, sir.
You should be the first step. Say 9:40, boom, okay.
Okay, I see it now. All right, and that would be the suffix 8310. That's Nortown Homes 2 versus Stephanie Harris. Ms. Harris, are you on the Zoom? Stephanie Harris? Anybody regarding the property at 9124 Rome Street? You on the Zoom, say something? All right, I do. I will send it over for the 25th of January. And
25th of January, Judge, or 26th?
All right, wait a minute, let me get this straight. My clerk, I'm messing up. It should be the 26th property. The 26th, please. And both are set for 9:30 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And this is case number case number 23-47203. This is Fountain Court Cooperative versus Blake Mallory and Kiara Mallory and other occupants of property at 3440 Alton number 2B and unit 345. The court is also at this time calling 23-48314. That's George L. Harsari versus Crystal, last name Wilmer, and other occupants of property at 14148 Manor in the city of Detroit. And I know that these are different lawyers. So with regard to the suffix 7203, your appearance at this time.
Good morning, Your Honor. Creighton Gallup, P63002 on behalf of Fountain Court Cooperative.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gallup. Good morning to you. Do I have Blake? I think I saw Kiara Blake on this Zoom. Where are the Blakes? Oh yeah, I do see Miss Kiara Mallory, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And good to you, Miss Mallory. Is Mr. Blake Mallory on the Zoom as well?
No, he is no longer living at the apartment. The apartment is in my name. He's no longer living.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Mallory. And Miss Mallory, have you had a chance to speak with the lawyer regarding this matter? I know this was before me, counsel, and it looks like there was to be an inspection of something that was going to take place, and then the court closed down, and so we didn't get back to the next hearing on this matter. Can you update me?
Sure, happy to do so, Your Honor. I was actually working with Miss Petroni. She had, I'm not sure if she filed an appearance, but I'd been using her as my point person. We did do the inspection, and the defendant had made considerable progress, and we believe that she is and will continue to be in compliance. So I needed to have a chat with Miss Petroni about working out the terms of perhaps a conditional dismissal.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, I didn't want to jump in and, butt people off the Zoom call, but I have been working with Miss Mallory. Mr. Gallup and I have been emailing this morning. And so if we could actually go in a breakout room and if you could put Miss Mallory in there as well.
All right. So that's what I'm going to do. Miss Mallory, you're going to receive a notice regarding breakout room number 3. And Ms. Petroni and Mr. Gallup is going to be there. And it looks like you guys may be close to getting this resolved. So you'll get a chance to talk privately and see if this can reach a conclusion. All right.
Thank
So
you,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Mallory, you're receiving a notice in just a moment for breakout room number 3. And there it is, Ms. Mallory. And then Mr. Gallup, I'm sending you there as well, sir, and Ms. Patron. There you go, Mr. Gallup.
Thank you. We'll be back momentarily, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Patron, you get to be last. So the court will recall that matter in just a moment, and that's 7203. I did place on the record 8314, that's George L. Sorry versus Crystal Wilmer, your appearance, counsel. I have Mr. Wasbury, counsel. All right, do I have Ms. Wilmer on the Zoom or someone at the property on Main Street? Say something if you're on the Zoom. All right, so this is the first hearing. Mr. Wasbury is typically here on behalf of his client. I don't know what happened. I'm going to go ahead and reset the date. That was likely what was going to happen regarding this matter. So I'll reset it for the 26th of January. And that's going to be at 9 o'clock a.m., January 26th. 9 o'clock a.m. That's the reset date on this matter. And Mr. Abbott, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Very well, sir. Thank you. This is case number 2034-7210. This is Jeff and Charles Cosmato versus Gregory Georgia Edwards and other occupants of property at 19400 Hickory. The court is calling the suffix 7437. That is Landmark Property Management Group versus Jermaine Brown and other occupants of property located at 11035 Crash Street. There is a proposed order of consensual dismissal in that matter. The court calls the suffix 6738. That's Downtown Management Company versus Alvin White and other occupants of property at 11611 Moraine, number 23. There is a proposed order of consensual dismissal that is contained in that file. The court is called the suffix 6766. That's Zila Incorporated versus April Putin and other occupants of property at 9400 Piedmont Street. The court is calling the suffix 7192. That is Jeff and Charles Cosmato versus Constance Cochran and other occupants of property located at 10250 Lake Point. The court is calling the suffix 7200. That is Glencoe 1 LLC versus Vico Haney and other occupants at 23851 Fullerton, number C17. The court calls the suffix 27, strike that 7221. That is Cranbrook Home, strike that Cranbrook House Motel versus Esther Bragg and Jasmine Bragg, strike that Jasmine Harris and other occupants of property located at 20500 James Cousin Highway, number 124. It does appear that there is a proposed order of consensual dismissal in that matter. The court calls a suffix 7225. That is Malaysia Investment LLC versus Jonathan Baldwin and other occupants of property at 20485 Goddard Street, number 209. The court calls the suffix 7236. That is Malaysia Investment Incorporated or LLC versus Brandlin Longmire and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 20486 Fleming, number 104. It does appear in that matter that there is a proposed order of consensual dismissal. The court calls the suffix 7088. This is Shaba South Property LLC versus occupants of property at 19234 Binder Street. The court calls the suffix 7232. That's Malaysia Investment LLC versus Clifton Croxton and other occupants of property at 485 Goddard Street, number 305. In your appearance for the plaintiff regarding these matters, counsel.
Good morning, Judge Coleman. My name is James Abbott, P26085. I'm the attorney of record for the last 11 plaintiffs you read into the record.
Thank you, counsel. And counsel, there are a number of matters that have conditional dismissal matters. And with regard to those conditional dismissal matters, you and your client are in agreement with the same. You wish to stipulate to the orders being entered with regard to those matters. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And just one moment. All right. So appearances with regard to the suffix 7437 involving Jermaine Brown. Do I have defendant counsel in that matter?
Yes.
It's Ms. Willingham. Is someone standing in for her, or is Ms. Willingham here? All right. Do I have Mr. Jermaine Brown?
Judge Lockhart for Willingham.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Mr. Lockhart, you're prepared for the court to sign off on the proposed order of consensual agreement as set forth and as agreed to by Mr. Abbott on behalf of his client. Is that correct?
And Judge, can I confirm we're talking file ending 437?
That's correct, sir.
That's affirmative, Judge. Ms. Willingham has submitted that conditional dismissal on behalf of her client.
Thank you, counsel. The order will be entered accordingly. That will conclude the hearing on that particular matter.
Latoya Martin for the 19234 binder.
Counsel, who is that? All right, I'm looking at 7221 now, and that Ms. Dahlstrom is the counsel for the defendant with respect to that item. And I know that Ms. Dahlstrom is not present, but is someone here to confirm the agreement in this regard?
Lockhart for Dahlstrom, Your Honor. She submitted 5 conditional dismissals on your docket today. Pardon me, 4.
All right. And we are going forward on those matters at this time. And counsel, you have permission to proceed with regard to the suffix 221. Is that correct, sir?
Affirmative, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And do I have Bragg or Harris on the zone? That's the Bragg or Harris. The court is signing the order in this matter, and that will cause this matter to be dismissed conditionally as agreed upon by the parties. And the court is now looking at another matter involving Ms. Dahlstrom that Mr. Abbott has agreed on, and that is the suffix 236. And Mr. Lockhart, she wishes, along with Mr. Abbott, that the court would in fact sign the order at this time. Is that correct?
That's affirmative, Your Honor.
Do I have Brandy Longmire on this Zoom? If you're here, say something, ma'am. Order will be signed, and the case will be conditionally dismissed with the terms being set forth in the written order. All right, and I'm going to go through the other ones that I have with Mr. Lockhart, and we're going to go through those in just a moment here. I do see that the attorneys are back on the Fountain Court matter, Suffolk 7203, Ms. Petroni and Mr. What was he, Mr. Gallup. All right, so we're back on the record regarding that matter, and I know that Ms. Mallory is present on this matter as well. Ms. Petroni, you may at this time, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. So we've had a discussion in the breakout room. At this time, it seems that we are just basically have to, cross the T's, dot the I's on the conditional dismissal. And so we're just asking the court for a week adjournment in order to finalize the paperwork.
All right. And that makes sense to you, Mr. Gallup?
Yes,
That's fine, Your Honor.
And Ms. Mallory, that makes sense to you as well, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
No. All right, so I will set it over for 1 week simply as a control date, and that's going to put us on the 19th of January. So January 19, 2021, that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. And again, that's just a control date. It does appear that the parties has it resolved and may result in an order of dismissal. All right,
Your Honor,
Mr. Gallup.
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor. In the event we get a signed conditional dismissal, can we get that to you before? Would that take the review date off the docket for us? If we can get a signed agreement to you?
Take the control date off the docket. So the matter is dismissed, Ms. Mallory. You won't have to zoom back in, and Ms. Petroni will engage you on that issue. Right. So I wish you well.
And we'll get this to your email address, your judge, as it's been previously sent to us.
Yes. And so my clerk is Ms. Hunter. So you have the email address for Ms. Hunter, do you?
I don't know if I do or not. I better take it just in case.
Ms. Petroni, do you have it?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I'll message it to Mr.
Yes.
I'll get
Ms. Petroni will get it to you, Mr. Gallup, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Mallory. Good day to you, ma'am.
Good day to you, Judge.
All right, so we're on the Downtown versus Calvin White matter. That's the Suffolk 6738, and Mr. Abbott has entered his appearance. I understand that there was some EDP considerations on this matter. Is there a counsel who was representing Mr. White at that time?
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Malvig, P83921 with Lakeshore Legal Aid on behalf of defendants in this matter.
Thank you, Ms. Mulvey. And do I have Mr. White on this matter? Are you on the Zoom present at this time? Say something if you are. Where are you? Say something. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Good morning to you. Ms. Mulvey, update me on the status of this matter, if you will, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have gone through the EDP process. I sent in a signed conditional dismissal, I believe, on the 11th to Ms. Hunter. I'm not sure if you've received it. I can send it again.
All right. So let's check on this, see if we have a dismissal on the Suffolk 738. And I do see that notation. That's your understanding as to what would happen in this matter, Mr. Abbott, sir?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. White, Mr. White, that's your understanding as well, sir?
Yeah.
Downtown versus Calvin.
All right.
All right, so you may need to sit.
Calvin White, yes, I do have it.
Oh, we do have it.
Yes.
I've confirmed that we do have the dismissal. I will sign, in fact, it's in my hand now, and I'm signing the order of dismissal at this time, all right? It is conditionally dismissed upon the terms as set forth in the written document, and I wish all sides well in regard to this matter. All the best to you, Mr. White and Ms. Gandy. Good day to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In relationship to the Suffolk 7210, that is Cusmano versus Georgia Edwards and other occupants on Hickory Street. Do I have any counsel on this matter, and or do I have the Edwards on this matter? Say something if you're here.
Yes.
All right, what's your name?
Georgia Edwards.
All right, thank you, Miss Edwards, and good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Judge.
All right, just one moment. Let's find out what's going on here. Have you spoken with a lawyer at all regarding your case, ma'am?
Yes, one was supposed to appear in court today.
All right. So you spoke to somebody on the phone and they told you that they will be in court today?
Yes, they did.
All right. Who did you speak to?
Judge, if I may, Steve Lockhart at the Housing Coalition. We do show there's been an intake on Miss Edwards. Be happy to talk to her today if need be. If you've already given a date, I'd just like to verify information with her before we lose her.
All right. Certainly, Ms. Edwards, you are in touch with the Housing Coalition. I am going to set a new date as this is the first date of hearing. Mr. Abbott, you would note that I'm setting that date for the 26th of January, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. That will be the next action date on this matter, January 26th at 9:30 a.m. And Ms. Edwards, I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk to Attorney Steve Lockhart. He's with the office there that you spoke with, just to go over this matter, make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Lockhart, can you speak with her for a moment now in your
Yes,
established?
yes, please, Your Honor. I think you had me in breakout 1.
All right, Ms. Edwards, I'm going to send you to breakout 1 that you might speak with Attorney Lockhart, and I'm going to do that right now, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. There's your prompter, ma'am. And I know Ms. Jamerson is here. Ms. Jamerson, you were waiting to speak with someone. Is that correct, ma'am?
Correct.
Yeah, and so who is going to speak with Ms. Jamerson?
Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart is, oh, I apologize. Mr. Lockhart has been assisting Ms. Jamerson.
Oh, okay. All right. So Mr. Lockhart's out now, Ms. Jamerson, and I forgot to mention that you were waiting. When he comes back, I'll make sure that we make that connection, all right?
Okay.
The court now addresses 6766, that's Zila versus April Newton, and occupants of property at 9400 P on the street. So is there any counsel representing Ms. Newton? Is Ms. Newton on this Zoom?
Your Honor, this is Anthony Sartorio standing in for Valerie Dahlstrom.
All right. And counsel, can you update me on the status of this particular matter, sir?
Yeah, sure, Your Honor. I believe Ms. Dahlstrom submitted a conditional dismissal in this matter.
All right. I don't have it in the file. Mr. Lockhart, is that your understanding as well, sir?
In the breakout room.
I mean, Mr. Abbott. I'm sorry. Mr. Abbott, is that your understanding regarding this matter, sir?
Yes, that's my understanding. I have a copy here if you need one.
All right. So somebody get that into me because it hasn't populated to the file just yet. The court will go ahead and grant the dismissal on the terms as set forth in the written document, and I'll sign the order upon presentation.
If they don't.
Can you say the name of that case, Judge? Because it's not on the document. I have 6766, but I don't have a name.
All right, that's Zila, Z-I-L-A Incorporated versus April. Last name is Newton.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. I'm addressing now 7192, and this is in relationship to Carlos Cruzmato versus Constance Cochran at 10250 Lake Point. I do have an indication that there was some EDP consideration regarding this matter. Any counsel on this matter, please?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services. Ms. Cochran was on the line earlier this morning. I do not know if she's still on the call.
All right. I don't see her. Ms. Cochran, if you're there somewhere, say something.
I'm here. I'm here.
Ah, you're up there with the family first. Okay. All right. All right. Let me put your name in here, please. Just 1 second here. All right, Ms. Cochran, got you. Got you there now. Ms. Petroni, can you update me on this matter?
Yes, in this matter, EDP is a consideration. And in fact, we have finalized the eviction diversion program application and the funds have been set aside for Ms. Cochran. Ms. Cochran has had a family emergency, a death of a close family member. So at this time, we are asking the court for a brief adjournment in order to finalize the eviction diversion program details.
All right, so Ms. Cochran, I'm going to go ahead and give some time to do that. I might as well set it over for the date that I've been working with and some other matters on that date. That's the 26th of January at 9:00 a.m. In anticipation that the EDP issues will be resolved by that time. All right, so ma'am, that's when you'll zoom back in unless your attorney tells you otherwise. And I'll see you on the next action date should that be the case.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Petroni. Mr. Abbott.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Abbott, we're now looking at 7200. That's Glen Cole 1 LLC versus Michael Haney is the last name there. And any appearance of counsel regarding this matter other than Mr. Abbott? Do I have Mr. Haney on this Zoom? Anyone living at the property on Fullerton Street? If you're living at the property on Fullerton Street, number C17, say something at this time. All right, it looks like this matter was before the court on the 29th of October, and then it was set for subsequent hearing date in November. The court was closed at that time. Mr. Abbott?
This time, Your Honor, I request the entry of a default judgment on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, the judgment, the court will enter judgment by default at this time where there was a previous notice. The court will entertain, strike it, the court will sign an order default upon presentment to the court, and the court is awaiting the order.
Thank you.
All right, and regarding the suffix 7225, that's Malaysia Investment LLC versus Jonathan Baldwin and occupants of property on Goddard Street, number 209. If you represent Mr. Baldwin or any occupants, say something at this time. If I have Mr. Baldwin or any occupant of the Goddard Street property on this Zoom, say something at this time, please.
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Petroni is representing Mr. Baldwin, and she looks like she's on a call right now.
All right, thank you, counsel. Thank you for your assistance.
Of course.
I think Ms. Petroni is going to ask for a brief adjournment to tighten up the conditional dismissal.
All right. All right, very well, counsel. On the representations of counsel, I see that Ms. Petroni is in fact present. She seems to be on, as indicated by Mr. Santorio, another call. Thank you for your input, Mr. Abbott. I will go ahead and grant an adjournment so that the final pieces of this matter can be put together. I'll go ahead and set it for the 26th of January as a control date in this matter at 9 o'clock p.m.
Thank you.
I'm now addressing the suffix 7088. That is Shaba South Property LLC versus occupants. It appears that there was some action taken on this matter. The matter was adjourned, then the court was closed. Your appearance, if you're representing any defendant regarding this matter.
Your Honor, good morning. This is Indra Pandyaraj from Lakeshore Legal Aid, P84364, appearing on behalf of the defendants.
All right, thank you. Thank you, counsel. And Ms. Indra, if you will, update me regarding this matter, please.
Yes, Your Honor. We were actually negotiating about the move-out date for my client. They are willing to move out, but just that there was some negotiations going back and forth with regards to the move-out date. I actually heard back from Mr. Abbott today morning that landlord was willing to give us February 4th, but I didn't have time to talk to my client about that. So I would request the judge to give us into a breakout room so that I can discuss it with them and get their approval.
All right. So is your client is here on the Zoom, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. In the name Latoya Martin.
All right. Ms. Martin, good morning to you, Ms. Martin.
Good morning.
All right. Your attorney, Ms. Indra, wishes to speak with you. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room to talk with her, and then you'll be able to come back into the Zoom to see if we can get this matter resolved. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
So you'll get a notification from me for breakout room number 4. And Ms. Indra, you're going to receive that as well. So Ms. Martin, I'm sending you to breakout room number 4 right now. There's your notification.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Couldn't find you this morning, Ms. Indra. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. I got it. Thank you.
Okay, regarding the suffix 7232, that is Malaysia Investments versus Clifton Croxton, regarding property on Goddard Street, number 305. And is there any attorney on this matter at this time? All right, do I have Clifton Croxton on this Zoom at this time?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, thank you, sir. And I see you there. I'm gonna put your name in there. All right, now it looks like there was a previous hearing on this matter, Mr. Abbott. And now, were you represented by counsel at that time, Mr. Croxton? Did you have an attorney that you spoke with?
No.
All right. Let's see, just one moment, sir. All right. So I need to give you an opportunity to speak with someone that may be able to assist you regarding this matter, sir. So let me get you set up to talk to somebody before we go forward in this matter. You understand, sir?
Yes.
Just one moment. All right, so just hold tight for just a moment, Mr. Croxton.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Lockhart, Miss Tasha Jamerson, I've kept her on the Zoom. I believe I adjourned the date, but she wanted to. For some reason, there needed to be a conversation. And
Judge, with all respect to Ms. Jamerson, I have all of her information. She has mine, and I don't want to tie up this docket for that. I do have her new date is February 1st.
All right, Ms. Jamerson, are we all set then? I don't remember specifically the issue, but go ahead, Ms. Jamerson.
Yes, we're all set.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you for your patience. I'll see you on the next action date, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care, Ms. Jamerson. I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I believe that Mr. Croxton on the suffix 7232 could benefit from speaking with legal counsel in this matter. If there's someone available to talk with him, that would be very helpful at this time.
Judge, I'm available, but I'm trying to find Croxton on the docket. If you give me a minute. You have his time?
Yeah, 7232, that's Malaysia versus Clifton Croxton. And that is Mr. James Abbott.
I found it, Your Honor. If you wish me to go to breakout one with Mr. Croxton, I'm ready for that now.
Very well, sir. Mr. Croxton, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you now to breakout room number 1, and Mr. Lockhart, Attorney Lockhart is going to be there to speak with you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And there is your notification, sir. And Mr. Abbott, we're coming back on the Croxton matter and the Martin matter. I believe are 2 matters that are still out there in relationship to your cases, sir.
Okay.
Give enough time.
Okay.
All right, this is case number 2348333. This is Sherwood Heights Apartments versus Myra Garden Hire and other occupants of property at 19740 Cranbrook, Apartment B. Your appearance at this time. Do I have Mr. Landau on this matter? Do I have Garden Hire? It looks like this is the first hearing regarding this matter, and actually it's set for 10:45. So I'll give it just a couple minutes. I'll come back to that matter in just a moment. The court now calls 20-348-329. This is D with W Holdings LLC versus David Jerome Bartell and other occupants of property located at 13601 Ohio. The court calls the suffix 8337. That's Blue Stratos Detroit Investments LLC versus Deidre Glover and other occupants of property at 18490 Roselawn. The court calls the suffix 8341. That's Hamilton Properties 2 LLC versus Nicole Stone and other occupants of property at 3601 Minnesota, the lower apartment at that location. Counsel, your appearance regarding these matters, sir.
Your Honor, good morning. My name is Gary Sagatti, P39047. Representing
Thank you,
plaintiffs.
counsel. Thank you, sir. And I do see that Ms. Deidre Glover is in fact on the Zoom under the suffix 8337. Is that correct, Ms. Glover?
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me. This is my first time, Your Honor.
I hear you loud and clear. You got it right the first time, ma'am.
Thank you.
You live at the property there on Roselawn. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
This is a complaint for non-payment of rent. Have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer regarding this matter?
No, actually, I have not. I went through Wayne Metro, which I did get some assistance through the EDP where they're going to be paying off. To my understanding, I do have an attorney, but I haven't spoke to anyone yet. I don't know where they are, if they're in the courtroom. I haven't gotten a call, but I did get some assistance. I did sign paperwork on December 21st through the EDP program to help assist with it. Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Sagatti, are you familiar with any of that on this file at this point?
I am, Your Honor. There was an administrative EDP application made outside the court system. I don't know the status of it.
So what I'm going to do, Ms. Glover, is I'm going to connect you to a lawyer that can help tie all this together and can
Yes, sir.
otherwise advise you of what your rights may be in this regard. So I'm going to get you set up with someone. We're going to go ahead and set a control date of the 26th of January, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. That will be the date that you will come back into the Zoom if it becomes necessary for you to come back. If this matter results in some type of dismissal, then your lawyer will notify you of the same. You would not have to come back in. Otherwise, you come back on the 26th of January at 9:30 a.m. You understand, ma'am?
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I'm going to get you a lawyer that can speak with you as soon as we can get somebody that can speak with you. Do I have someone now?
Yes, Your Honor. If you'd like to put myself and Miss Quillen in with Miss Glover. Hi, Miss Glover. I'm Anthony Sartorio.
All right. Now, what breakout room did I give you, sir?
I've been in breakout room 2, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to send the two of you back. Miss Quinlan, you can go back there as well. And Miss Glover, you've done well so far with your technology. So when you get that prompter from me, just click into breakout room number 2, and it will put you in with lawyers that you can talk to regarding your case. You understand?
Okay, so room number 2.
Yeah, you should receive it about now. You got it? See it?
Okay, so I push join.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, and Your Honor and Mr. Centuria, I just sent Mr. Centuria by chat my phone number if he's gone. Okay, I was going to ask him to call me.
He'll get it, and you got the date. You got the next action date on this matter, as I've indicated on the record. Is that correct, sir? I
do. I was just hoping to talk to him beforehand, but I'll find him. All
right, thank you, sir. Regarding the suffix 8329, that's David Bartell. Do I have counsel representing Mr. Bartell on this matter? Is Mr. Bartell present? So counsel, it looks like this is the first hearing on this matter. I do not see Mr. Bartell is present on this matter.
That is correct, Your Honor, on both points. I just add to it that during the court's closure, my office sent to Mr. Ted Phillips an EDC application as required by the landlord, and I do not know what the status of on that is.
And you don't know whether that office is representing this individual, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so in regard to, let me move on to 8341, that's Nicole Stone regarding the property on Minnesota. Do I have Ms. Stone or anyone representing Ms. Stone on this Zoom at this time? All right. So it seems that this is the first hearing with respect to both these matters, counsel. I'm going to go ahead and set them over, and that will be, I'll put them on the same date, the 26th.
Well, Your Honor, as it relates to the suffix 8341, I'm going to ask you to dismiss that, and I will email to you a proposed dismissal.
All right. All right. I will note that that we are waiting an order of dismissal on this matter, sir. And then the other one will be set over for the 26th of January, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m.
All right.
Very well.
That concludes the cases that I have before you today, Your Honor. So I will leave the room with your permission.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
And I saw Miss Indra is back on the suffix 088, and that's involving Miss Martin. And I see Miss Martin is back as well. Miss Indra?
Yes, Your Honor. So actually, we have talked about the move-out date, and as requested by the landlord and the landlord's attorney, my client will move out by February 4th. So we agree on that date. And I would also like to request that should also give my client the weekend, like by Feb 7th, she will be out of the house.
All right. So, Mr. Abbott, it seems that the agreement in this matter, looks like Mr. Abbott's gone. It seems like the agreement in this matter would be the defendant would have until the 4th of February, no record issue could be executed until on or after the 4th of February, and that effectively would give the defendant until the 8th of February to move out of the trial. That would be the agreement in this matter, correct, counsel?
That's correct, Your Honor. I will actually email the clerk the signed order, probably in another 10 minutes.
All right, very well. Ms. Martin, you understand what's going on here, ma'am? You're on mute, so.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
All right, so ma'am, I wish you well, and I will sign the order once it's presented to me, and everybody will know what happens after that. I do wish you well, ma'am. Good day to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, on the suffix 8333, I think that was Sherwood versus Garden Hire. Was there someone on that matter? I think I'm just setting that. Oh, I see Mr. Landau is present. Mr. Landau? Mr. Landau? We'll come back to him. This is case number 20-348321. This is Hella Management LLC versus Jocelyn, last name Deigiudici, regarding property located at 13952 Penrod. The court also calls the suffix 8325. That's Hella Management LLC versus Jamaica Jones and other occupants of property at 2023 Tuxedo Street. Your appearance at this time, counsel, do I have Mr. Callahan or someone from that office? Do I have a Jamaica Jones or last name Diagudisi on Penrod, or Jamaica Jones on Tuxedo? I know these matters are set for 10:50 a.m. and it's 10:56 at this time. We'll recall it in just a few moments to see if counsel is present. All right.
That's for today, Judge?
That's the information that I have.
Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed. All right. And Madam Counsel Lubinsky, did I miss your file, or you have something with me?
He's on mute.
No, I'm talking to Miss Attorney Kimberly Lubinsky. Did I miss something with you, or do I have your file? Are you waiting on something?
Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. I actually got on the call late. It's Donald Woods versus April Hinton.
I can hardly hear you, so something about your device maybe, because I can hardly hear you. I can hear you just a little bit.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, go ahead. You were saying you have, no, Miss Bag.
Yeah, it was Donald Woods versus April Hinton.
Yes.
I came on the call late.
Okay. What, can you give me the last three digits on that one? Let's find out what happened.
Yes, Your Honor, 995.
995. Just one moment.
Thank you.
Madam Reporter?
I don't see 995.
Yeah, it was the Woods file. I remember.
I remember Woods and I remember April, but
Yeah.
One young lady.
Well, that's
nine
it.
nine. What time was it supposed to be?
Give me the whole case number, if you will, Ms. Levinsky.
Sure, it's 2347995.
847-995?
347.
347, 2347-995.
I think it was scheduled for 9.
No.
Yeah, I remember seeing the file. The defendant's name was April something, correct?
I thought it was
13th. It
13th.
looks like it's scheduled for the 13th, Your Honor.
13th.
Yeah, that's not today.
Not today.
But I had it today.
No, you didn't, Judge. You had an April and you had a Woods, but it wasn't the same case. You know what I'm
Oh, that's
saying?
funny. So it's the 13th.
It's the
You had an
13th.
April at 6766. You had a defendant named April.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you didn't have to.
Yeah, I did have April, but it's not the same file. So it's
Right,
scheduled
exactly.
on
And
the
you had
13th.
Woods too, but
All right. Good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, I'll sign off. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good day to you.
Thank you, you as well.
All right, and Mr. Abbott, Mr. Lockhart, I know that you had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Croxton regarding the Suffolk 7232. Update me, if you will, at this time, sir. You're on mute, Mr. Lockhart. You're talking. You're muted. Mr. Lockhart? Mr. Lockhart? Are you talking? Because you're on mute. You're on mute, Mr. Lockhart.
Sorry, Judge. This is Lockhart. Mr. Abbott is connected. I believe we can resolve this case right here and now.
Mr. Abbott?
I'm connected.
Jim, I understand this to be a non-payment of rent case. Mr. Croxton said he moved out when his ceiling caved in for the second time with roof leaks. He has vacated. If you want to dismiss this case without prejudice, he does still have the keys. He has not returned keys, but we can either return keys or, looks like this just needs to be dismissed.
I'd like to hear from my client, so let me see if I can get hold of him.
Yes, sir. I'll just stand by. Mr. Croxton, you can just stay connected for a bit?
Yes, I could.
By the way, Mr. Abbott, the tenant represents that your client did see the damage recently at a visit to the place.
What's the case number?
All right, so we're standing down on the Suffolk 7232 for a moment, and Mr. You'll come back in.
I got that one. Miss Kenneth is going to call me right back.
Okay.
So I still got that.
All right.
Year.
And Mr. Landau, I see your action there, sir. Are you available?
you know, Judge, I don't see those last two cases on the docket.
And what suffixes are you referring to? You're talking about the 321 and 333?
Yeah.
You
see him? What time? What time is it scheduled?
10. Actually, 10:50. You're talking about 325 and 321. Those are cases with Mr. Callahan. He was here earlier. And I have not seen his return on these matters. So I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. Callahan was here.
I'm going to have, you said you don't have them on the docket, right?
No, they're not on the docket.
These are the two that she's referring to. So at the moment, for some reason, they're not here. And Mr. Callahan is here earlier. He's not back. So,
Yeah, these cases were, I guess, prior to today, they were already dismissed. They were in the system. Someone did them back on 12/23. They were still set for today, but they were dismissed.
Okay, those cases are dismissed. They were still set for today, and the dismissals didn't connect to the file. So, it should be noted that the court is signing an order upon discovery of those matters.
All right.
And I know Mr. Abbott is on on a call. He has 2034717. That's Cruz Model versus Tierra Solomon and other occupants of property at 14717 Manny. It appears that there was some EDP discussions regarding this matter, and the matter was adjourned over till the 25th of November, and then the court was closed at that time. If anyone knows anything about this, your appearance with.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services, here on behalf of Ms. Solomon.
Thank you, Madam Councilman. And Mr. Abbott is here on behalf of the plaintiff regarding this matter. Update me on what happened. I know we got closed down. There was some EDP start of that process or something. Madam Councilman.
Yes, Your Honor. So we are pursuing the eviction diversion program. We are we have a potential draft proposal to Mr. Abbott. His client has basically agreed to the terms, so we're just working on the final details of the tenant co-payment at this time. So I anticipate we are going to have a conditional dismissal to you within the next 48 hours.
So I will set a control date on it, Ms. Petroni. Set it over for Monday the 19th. But of course, if the order is submitted, then that would take it off the docket. So 1/19, 21, and we'll set it at 10 o'clock a.m. Again, that's just a control date in anticipation of the final.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott.
No. What's the case? What's the case number?
All right. Called it about 5 times, and now I'm going to call it again. And I think that Mr. Landau will actually be here. 234833. This is Sherwood Heights Apartments versus Myra, that's MIRAJ, Garden Hire, and other occupants of property at 19740 Granbrook Apartment B in the city of Detroit. Your appearance at this time, Council.
Mark Langell on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, thank you, sir. And it looks like this is the first date regarding this matter. I called out for Garden Hire earlier and asked if there was counsel on this matter, and I have not received anything in the affirmative. Looks like the protocol is to simply set this matter over for our next action date. That date will be the 26th of January, 2021, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. The court will entertain a motion for entry of default at that time if the defendant does not appear. Mr. Landau, you were saying something on mute?
Yeah, Your Honor, I think you said January. Did you mean February?
No, January 21st, 2021.
Oh, January 21st. I could have sworn I heard 6th in there somewhere. I'm sorry. January 20th.
Maybe you did, but it is January 26th. That's why you heard 6, because it's 26. Don't confuse me with February. I don't know why you're talking February. It's
I don't know.
1/26/21. And you are either creating numbers or decomposing numbers. I have no idea what this is. But,
I've been confused for the last 9 months, Your Honor. I don't know what in the world I'm even talking about these days.
hey, we do well to know that we've entered into at least another year, you know. All right. So that will be the next action date on that matter at 9:30 a.m. All right. Mr. Sagati, I see that you're back, sir. I think was there something else that we needed to address, sir?
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to chat with Mr. Sartorio.
Yes, sir, you did mention that. Yes. Looks like Mr. Abbott disappeared, although I know he's checking out some on the 7232 matter. Mr. Parks.
Judge, this is Lockhart. May I take the liberty? The woman who just zoomed in is Miss Solomon. I believe you adjourned her case to the 19th for the entry of a conditional dismissal.
That is correct. And good morning to you, ma'am. We've resolved your matter. Your attorney did indicate. It looks like you may be still trying to get.
Judge, she's not connected. She lost connection.
Okay. Are you able to hear me? Good morning to you.
Miss Solomon, can you hear the judge?
Yes, good morning.
All right, good morning. Yes, your attorney was here at the time I called the case, and it's been set over for the 19th. And really what's happening is that they've worked out most of the terms, as I was told, and that they're anticipating that there's going to be an order submitted for the case to be dismissed. But she needed to get some final details worked out with you. Okay? So that's what happened on your case. So in worst case scenario, you come back into the Zoom on the 19th of January.
Okay.
at 9:30 a.m. That's what
Okay.
that's what you do. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so that's how your case has been resolved. Your attorney should be in touch with you, Ms. Petroni, and she's working on an order of dismissal that will resolve this case.
Okay, thank you.
All the best to you. Good day to you, man.
You too.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. So, Mr. Santorio, we have the one matter with Mr. Abbott that we're waiting on a response on something. Mr. Lockhart's in that matter. Do you know of anything else that we might have missed or anything outstanding at this time?
I don't believe we have anything else pending. I'm just waiting in with Mr. Lockhart.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Feel free whenever if you see that there's something hanging out there, just do a Lockhart, if you will. And we'll just do a Lockhart. Just chime in.
I always try to do Lockharts. I think that's a good word, a good verb to use. I'm gonna remember that.
I hope that Mr. Abbott did not go off to another courtroom and get involved in some other intrigue.
Judge, I'm going to text him. I'll find status.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Steve.
Hello?
Yeah. Steve, I called my client. They're checking. They're going to get back to me. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Let me call him again.
I'll set this up where you can come back in 24 hours. And obviously in the interim, if you get it all worked out, just submit it or dismiss it. Mr. Lockhart. You're muted again.
You muted, Mr. Lockhart.
Thank you, Ms. Finch.
Yeah.
Judge, if Mr. Abbott and the court agrees, I would agree to be responsible for Mr. Croxton's case and come back to an adjournment if that's better for your honor's docket.
I didn't hear the last part you said. What did you say, Mr. Lauder?
If this is the last case on your docket and Mr. Abbott agrees, we can just put a control date out there and submit an order between now and then, assuming Mr. Abbott confirms the information I have.
Yeah, let me put it over for, you'll be back on Wednesday, Mr. Lockhart.
Actually, I'm back on Thursday, sir.
All right, so I'll put it on the 14th. And if you guys get it worked out, then just submit an order. Otherwise, we'll address this matter on the 14th.
I'm not sure Mr. Abbott's connected with us, though.
Yeah,
I'm
he's there.
connected, yeah. January 14th.
Yes, and we'll just set it up for 10 o'clock a.m. January 14th, 10 o'clock a.m. Mr. Croxton.
Mr. Croxton, you can appear with us on that date, or you have my name and number. I'll handle it for you and let you know if there's a problem.
Okay, I appreciate if we can do it like that.
Yeah, Steve,
Yes, sir.
if we can get the keys, that help resolve matters, wouldn't it?
I agree. Need to make arrangements. Mr. Croxton, are you able to deliver the keys to your landlord? Do you have a way of contacting him?
Yes, I do.
What's the name of the person you're going to be contacting, sir?
I know John is not going to be in there. I'm not sure what
John's in
the
Florida right now. How about the manager? Can you give it to the manager?
the manager that's on site. I can give it to her. I don't remember her name.
That'll work.
Mr. Croxton, just make sure you get a written receipt that the manager signs a piece of paper saying you've delivered the key to unit 306, 305 on whatever date.
Okay, will do.
You think you can get that done before Thursday the 14th?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that'd be perfect. All right. Very
Thank
well.
you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Steve.
Mr. Croxton, give me a call if there's any problems.
Okay, will do, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good day to you, sir. Okay, I have everybody's.